Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Well, look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and the most reliable mug coins on the market. And don't forget to use code FERDY at checkout for 5% off. The link for their website will be right at the top of the description. What's going on, guys? Today we are updating the theme team tier list. Before we hop into it, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 30,000 subscribers, so the subscribe button, turn notifications. We post daily Madden 21 content, and also do not forget to hit that like button, and also leave a link for my Twitch channel down in the description. We are live almost every single night over on Twitch. If you haven't come through yet, I recommend you do. And there actually is no emoji today, so stay till the end. I'll be shouting out 2 people in the next video. Alright, so let's take a look at today's tier list, and as always, I already did rate a good amount of the teams, so here is today's tier list. I believe we have 11 teams to go over, but I'm not even going to waste my time with Washington and the Raiders. I mean, everyone knows basically who's on those teams. It feels like you face either a Raiders or a Washington team every single game, so I'm not going to waste my time going over those 2 teams, but just know Washington and the Raiders are going to stay at the top of S tier. Those 2 teams are simply the best, and I know there are different opinions. I think Washington's better, but I know there are some people that do think Raiders is better, and I do think that Raiders probably has the better potential, but right now I just think that Washington's just better. I really just think that. But we got Bills, Seahawks, Giants, Cardinals, Colts at A tier. B tier, we got Rams, Cowboys, Steelers, Titans. We got Pats, Saints, Vikings, Bears, Browns, Broncos, Lions. Actually, I did move the Lions up. The Lions were E tier in the last video, so I did move them up, but because that video was from around a month ago, the Lions really haven't got that many upgrades, so they're still D tier, but I do think I did rate them a little bit unfairly on the last video, but in my opinion, they're still like low tier. But we still have the Bengals, the Panthers, and the Jaguars rounding out today's list. The Jaguars team is just not good. I don't know. I don't know if they're ever going to be usable. I mean, any team, all I'm going to say, though, is one thing about these theme teams. Any team is good. Like, any team you can win games with. I mean, all theme teams are good in my opinion. Like, you should always have a theme team. Doesn't matter which one it is. But if you're pairing any theme team, doesn't matter if it's the Jaguars with Washington or the Raiders, your team's going to be fine. So, I mean, as long as you have either an S tier or an A tier team pair with like a D tier team, you should win games. Your team's going to be solid. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, let's hop into the list, and the first team we're looking at today is going to be the 49ers. Alright, so before we hop into it, I do want to give a quick shout out to Randomizer9870 for making all these theme teams. I will leave a link to his profile, I guess, if you want to check out some of these theme teams for yourself. But yeah, shout out to him. He's the reason why this video is even possible. I'm not sure if he's like a Twitter or a YouTube channel, but if he does, let me know. I'll be sure to link it down below. But yeah, here we go. 49ers theme team, always one of the best theme teams in MUT. And if you played Madden 20, you know that the 49ers and the Raiders as well, they both love to eat during the Ultimate Legends promo, because it feels like almost every single legend has played for the Niners or the Raiders at some point in their career. So the Niners are only going to get stronger to end the year. I can almost guarantee that. Offensive line, pretty solid. I mean, you have Trent Williams, Randy Cross, Larry Allen, McGlinchey, Laken Tomlinson, not the best, but still, I mean, as long as you have 2 solid offensive linemen, there usually are enough cheats to, make your your offensive line pretty strong. But tight end Vernon Davis, in my opinion, Vernon is the best tight end in the game right now. I know some dudes still think Waller, but Vernon Davis, just his after the catch and his speed, and also his run blocking as well, is a big part of tight end. So that's why I love Vernon Davis. And also, there's going to be a future George Kittle upgrade, just a matter of when it's coming. Wide receiver core, I love this receiving core. You have Isaac Bruce, who is debatably the best wideout in the game right now. After the catch is nasty, route runner archetype. You got Jerry Rice and Randy Moss as well. So probably one of the better receiving cores we're going to see today. We got Raheem, one of the faster running backs in the game on a theme team. And you have Joe Montana, Jimmy Garoppolo. I do like Jimmy more than Joe, so if you do end up going 49ers, do not waste your coins on Joe. He's too expensive, and for what he can do, it's just not worth it. So I'd use Jimmy Garoppolo, honestly. I've been using him on my team. I don't even have a Niners or a Pats theme team. That's how good this Garoppolo card is. I'm telling you right now, do not sleep on Jimmy. So I love the running backs, and also one thing I do want to say is I'm not only rating these teams on what they are now, I'm also rating them on what they can be. So that's why I love the Niners so much, because not only are they really good right now, they also have an amazing future. So obviously I'm going to rate what they are now compared to what their future is going to be. But yeah, they're also going to get Reggie Bush, and I think whenever Reggie Bush does get that card, as long as EA does him right, he'll be the best running back in the game right now. So many good theme teams, and also a receiving back will have great speed. I'm telling you right now, this Reggie Bush card, he might end up being better than Kamara. He really might. And Kamara and him can play on the same theme team as well, which is just crazy to me. But on the defense, you have guys like Ronnie Lott, Taylor Mays. They're both going to get upgrades, and they're both going to be amazing. And you also have Jimmy Ward, Jaquaski Tartt, guys like that. Jaguazi Tart is not the highest overall, but still pretty solid on the 25. Once Taylor Mays does end up getting that upgrade, you could always, move him down. He'll be fine. And also, I would probably cheat on safety with this team. And for cornerbacks, we have Nnamdi, Richard Sherman, and Deion Sanders. So if you are a 49ers theme team, actually you guys can't see it, but if you are a 49ers theme team, what I would do if I were you, I would use your 97 power up pass on Nnamdi, and I would use your 96 on Richard Sherman, and then grind for the free Deion Sanders. I mean, Deion can fit on any theme team. I mean, any team with 99 speed, 99 acceleration, but that's what I would do if I had a Niners team. I would run Sherman, I'd run Nnamdi, and I'd run Deion. And I mean, their defense is stacked, their offense is stacked. And I mean, surprise to no one. We all know where the Niners are going. The Niners are going to be an S tier team. Definitely a team that's going to become. You're going to see more 49ers theme teams. I do feel like Washington did kind of take place of the 49ers this year, but I'm telling you, man, the 49ers theme team is just going to end the year so strong. Probably on the next tier list, they might overtake. I mean, not right now, but potentially on the next tier list, they can end up overtaking either Washington or the Raiders for the best team in the game right now. But yeah, I'm throwing 49ers high S tier for now. All right, so next up, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers theme team. And over the last couple of weeks, you've been seeing a whole lot more of these teams, mainly because of all the Super Bowl content and stuff like that. But up front, they're definitely solid. They have Marpet, Ryan Jensen, Tristan Wirfs. I would cheat on Kappa and Smith, but other than that, a very solid offensive line. You've got Rob Gronkowski, who I think is actually due for one more upgrade. You have a great budget option, O.J. Howard, and, great receiving core. You have Warwick Dunn, Tom Brady. Not that you really need Tom Brady on a theme team because, adding +1 or +2 speed to Brady is obviously not going to do that much for him, but still pretty cool to see Brady on the Tampa Bay theme team. Like I said, solid receiving core, great potential there as well. On defense, you have Antoine Winfield. This guy is an absolute monster, I'm telling you right now. If you've ever played against him on a Buccaneers theme team, he's the real deal, man. He's always making plays, stopping the run, doing stuff like that, but this defense is really nice. So I know people usually don't use middle linebackers, but this combination right here, Levante David and Devin White together, two of the best linebackers in the game on one theme team. It's definitely spooky there. You have Jason Pierre-Paul, who I think will get another upgrade as well. One of the better edge rushers in the game in general. You have John Lynch, who I don't really like John Lynch cards usually, but I do think that John Lynch is definitely due for an ultimate legend. I mean, he hasn't had an upgrade since like week 4 or 5 of the season. So I think John Lynch will get an ultimate legend, just kind of rounding out this theme team, and also Revis as well. So not only is this team really good right now, they also have great potential because they don't really have that elite guy right now. Like, there's not like a Nnamdi or like a Deion, but I mean, any team can run Deion. But I'm telling you right now, once they get Revis for this theme team, I think Revis will end up being one of the best, cornerbacks to end the year. And also Derek Brooks as well. I did forget about Derek Brooks. Derek Brooks will get an upgrade. Always one of the best coverage linebackers in the game. So there's always that. You got Warren Sapp, who will also probably get ultimate legend with Kevin Carter and Ndamukong Suh, who's also one of the better cards in the game too. So yeah, Buccaneers theme team. I mean, everyone knows where they're going. Definitely an S tier theme team, but yeah, I'm gonna put them behind the Niners. I will probably end up putting one more team in between these two, but I definitely do like the Buccaneers as an S tier team. They're definitely solid, man. All right, so next up we have the Kansas City Chiefs, and just like the Buccaneers, this theme team got a whole lot more popular because of the expectations from the Super Bowl promo. To be honest, thankfully the Chiefs were definitely solid before the promo came out because they didn't get much. They really did not get much from that promo. I mean, their offensive line is pretty solid. I mean, in real life, it was terrible. And I believe on the last theme team video, I said, like, the Chiefs offensive line, they probably won't get that many upgrades because I'm not sure who they're going to upgrade on the offensive line. I think a dude commented, like, dude, you know nothing about football. The Chiefs offensive line is nasty. And then we all watched that Super Bowl, man, so we all know how that went. But pretty solid up front. I mean, I like Ronnie Hudson, who didn't have a card until, team standouts, I think. Or no, yeah, did he get a team standout? Yeah, I think he had a team standout, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, we got Will Shields, Mitchell Schwartz, Eric Fisher, Tony Gonzalez. So they have really good tight ends. I do like Tony G more than Travis Kelce for sure. So good tight ends. But at wide receiver, I was expecting a whole lot more from a Mecole Hardman and a Sammy Watkins upgrade. I kind of wish that they switched the overall of Mecole and Sammy. I feel like if Mecole was that 94, I would probably be using him. But honestly, at a 91, I feel like they did his speed dirty and stuff like that. I mean, only 94 on him. No power up as well. So I wasn't impressed by some of these cards that the Chiefs got. But Dante Hall definitely due for an upgrade at quarterback. We have Mahomes, who's definitely gonna get a goal 99 at some point. Joe Montana, we all know how disappointing and overpriced that card is. Jamal Charles, very solid. I've been using him for what feels like forever, but I love this Jamal Charles card. Clyde, I mean, he's not the best, but pretty solid. Le'Veon Bell probably get another upgrade at some point. So offense, pretty solid. I mean, really can't complain. I actually use this team myself, by the way, so I know how most of these cards play. But we got Kendall Fuller, who's kind of outdated right now. Obviously, we have the man himself, Derek Thomas. Probably the best edge pass rusher in the game right now. So Derek Thomas, major W. Got Anthony Hitchens, Bobby Bell, who will get an ultimate legend for sure. We got Tyrann Mathieu, who's a little bit outdated, still makes plays for me. I absolutely love this card. But yeah. At cornerback, we got L'Jarius Sneed, Brashad Breeland, Frank Clark, pretty solid. Chris Jones, Justin Houston, Marcus Peters. So the cornerbacks, I love these cornerbacks. You guys, I was actually blocking them, but yeah, I love these cornerbacks. And just like the Bucs, once Revis does get that upgrade, the Chiefs have, I mean, basically end game corners. There's no reason to get anyone else. You have L'Jarius, you have Marcus, you have Revis. I mean, you're basically set, and most likely, you have Deion Sanders. So you don't need to either spend the coins on Revis or Marcus, and you know, if you're not going to get Revis, and your corners are already end game for the Chiefs. So Chiefs team, major W for them. But as far as, you know, the future of them going, I don't know how many more upgrades they're going to get, honestly. I mean, probably Bobby Bell, but how good's he going to be? Kendall Fuller will probably get one. Dante Hall will probably get one. But even if Dante does get one, all he's going to be is fast. I mean, not going to be a good route runner. Probably won't get the best ability. So I'm not going to really weigh where I rank this team over a Dante Hall upgrade. So I'm going to put, I mean, 99 Mahomes will probably be pretty solid, honestly. So where am I gonna put the Chiefs? I don't think they're S tier, man. Honestly, I was expecting a whole lot more from the Chiefs from the Super Bowl promo and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna put the Chiefs at S tier. I feel like there are definitely more well-rounded teams with better features than them, so I'm putting the Chiefs high A tier. That one's definitely a little bit controversial, but yeah, I definitely like the Chiefs at high A tier, man. All right, so next up we have the Miami Dolphins, and in my opinion, the Dolphins are one of the most slept-on theme teams in the game right now. Up front, they're not the best, but definitely are due for some upgrades. You got Laramie Tunsil, Richie, and Ted, who will probably all get upgrades at some point. You got Mike Gesicki at tight end, who wasn't really what I expected him to be, but still a pretty solid tight end. At receiver, you have Mark Clayton, Devontae Parker, Jarvis Landry, so a pretty solid 1, 2, 3 right there. And also, I mean, I'd imagine that Greg Jennings does end up getting a UL, and when he does, he'll be one of the better wideouts in the game, because when this card came out, he was one of the faster cards at the time. So I do think when Greg Jennings does end up getting that upgrade, it'll be a major W. At running back, though, you got Raheem, Ricky, and Arian Foster. So 3 of the best running backs in the game right now on a theme team. I mean, Ricky Williams is just an absolute monster on the goal line. And don't forget about him. I know he's not pictured, but you do have Reggie Bush on this team as well. So whenever Reggie does get his upgrade, he can play for this Dolphins team. So you'll have Arian, you know, Ricky, all these guys on one team. It's going to be scary for sure. And also at quarterback, Cole Pepper will probably end up getting a UL as well. And also you have Dan Marino, who just like Brady, you know, having him on the theme team won't do much as far as speed goes. But Marino will get an upgrade. Hasn't had an upgrade since, I think it was week 1 or 2 of Legends. So Marino's definitely due. And that card was pretty solid. I don't remember what his release was, but we haven't seen a gunslinger Marino yet. That's all I know. So offensive weapons, I mean, as far as offensive weapons go, Dolphins are one of the best in the game. But on defense, this is why I love this team so much. So you have Minkah Fitzpatrick, who we all know is just insane. I feel like on his previous upgrade, he really wasn't, you know, upgraded to his full potential. So I do think he's definitely due for another card. You got Junior Seau, Jerome Baker, one of the best middle linebackers in the game, Neville Hewitt, Hugh Green, Eric Rowe, who just played amazing for me. So I'd probably cheat on offensive line and safety on this team so far. But you have Byron Jones, Troy Vincent, Xavier Howard. So the reason why I like their corners so much is because if you're not a one-step kind of guy like me and like probably 80% of the MUG community, and you're a mid-zone guy, you have 3 zone archetype corners. You have Byron Jones, who's zone. You got Troy Vincent, who's zone, and Xavier Howard, who are all zone and have great speed and are all top-tier corners in the game on a theme team. Also, Ndamukong Suh, obviously. I'm not too familiar with, you know, Kevin Carter or Corey Moore, but I mean, look at the rest of these guys. I mean, they're due for upgrades. Like great potential, great right now. I think the Dolphins, I mean, if they get like 1 or 2 like oddball legends or 1 or 2 oddball upgrades, they could easily be A to S tier. But for now, I don't think they're at A tier yet. I'm gonna put them high B tier. I think they're probably like that tier away from being that A tier team, like with the Colts. But they're definitely solid. I do think that probably the receiving core is what needs that oddball upgrade. I would love to see like a route runner be added to the conversation for them. But yeah, Devontae Parker, is he gonna get another upgrade? I mean, I doubt it, honestly. It'd be cool if he did, but you know, Mark Clayton, Jarvis Landry. So I just want to see like a really nice, like definitely a top tier route runner receiver. So if you have enough cheats, I'd probably cheat on receiver, one of the safeties, and I don't know. I'd probably cheat on quarterback. I mean, quarterback doesn't really matter that much, but I'd probably cheat on quarterback for now. I mean, actually, you could probably get away with running Dante Culpepper still, but Dolphins are definitely solid, man. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so next up, we have the Chargers, and right now, you're probably thinking to yourself, why are you wasting your time going over the Chargers? So the reason why I'm doing this is because I think that the Chargers have a fairly good chance at being an S-tier theme team to end the year. So if you are a Chargers fan or like any of these players, if it goes wrong, don't blame me, but I mean, just start upgrading them now. I know a lot of these cards are on the cheaper side, but start, buying into them now, because eventually they will end up being one of the best. I'm not going to lie, up front, they're not the best. I'd probably try to pair them with a team that is very good up front, because they're just not there. They're not there right now. But you have Antonio Gates, who's basically guaranteed to get a UL. You have Justin Herbert, who, when he does get a redux, will actually get benefits from having him on a theme team, because he does have pretty good speed. What does he have? Like 91, 93 speed, I think. So getting a guy like Herbert on a theme team is a major W. Eckler, who's one of the better receiving backs in the game right now, who you actually don't see a whole lot of, because guys like Kamara exist, and there's not really a point in going to get Eckler unless, you're running a Chargers theme team. So that's why you don't see a whole lot of Ecklers. But receiving core, you have Keenan McCardle, Keenan Allen, Lance Allworth, who I think, Keenan Allen and Allworth are basically guaranteed for upgrades. I mean, RIP to Vincent Jackson, but who knows what EA is going to do with him. So even if VJax does not end up getting an upgrade, they still have one of the best cores in the game. Basically 100% to end the year. I mean, you can throw Keenan Allen at wide receiver 1. You're going to have 3 super high overall and good ability, good AP route techs on your team. That's why I love the Chargers' future, because of the 3 high overall route techs that they're probably going to have to end the year. So I love that for them. And also, I mean, like I said, Herbert, Rivers, you can kind of choose between the two. But yeah, LaDainian Tomlinson. And LaDainian Tomlinson's the main reason why I love not only the Chargers, but also the Jets theme team. So whenever LT does get his upgrade, he will be one of the best running backs in the game as far as speed, power, juke move, agility, COD. If you used LT whenever that card came out, you know how dominant he was. That's why I love LT so much. So a big LT upgrade. Like I said, Antonio Gates, you have Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen will get one, Lance Allworth will get one. But on defense, you have Eric Weddle, Derwin James. So 2 of the best safeties in the game. I think that Derwin James is the best. You have Bob Sanders, who's very good with a little speed boost on him. Up front, you have Freeney, Tommy Harris, Joey Bosa, Deacon Jones, who will get a UL. You also have Cromartie's Ultimate Legend, who's not updated for some reason. But yeah, you have Cromartie's Ultimate Legend. Their corners are not the best, but I think that one, pretty fairly unpredictable upgrade, at cornerback, could put the Chargers at like a pretty, if they get one more corner, they're basically endgame at corner, because you can have Dion with 99 speed, 99 XL, you have Crow, and then you kind of need that one more guy, but they're very close. The defense is already very solid. The offense is pretty solid right now, besides, up front receiver. So I love the future of this team. I do think that they can probably end up being one of the best to end the year. So yeah, where are the Chargers going? I'm going to put the Chargers, if they were better up front, they would probably be up here with the Dolphins, but because they're not nearly as good up front as the Dolphins, and also I feel the Dolphins have much better potential up front, I'll put them right behind the Pats, because I like the Pats right now as well, and I feel like the Pats also have a pretty good future too, so I'm going to put them right behind the Pats. I feel like both these teams are very similar, but dudes talk about the Pats. No one really talks about how good this Chargers theme team could actually end up being. Alright, so next up we have the Texans theme team, and I feel like this theme team's starting to get some more looks, because people are going to get that 98 Deshaun Watson, and Deshaun Watson's one of those cards that actually does get a huge benefit from being on a theme team, being a scrambling quarterback or being a guy that can actually do stuff in the open field. Having that added speed boost on Deshaun Watson is worth it, and I feel like dudes are spending their power, passers are spending a whole bunch of coins in this card. They want to kind of get the most out of them, so people are running 25 out of 50 Texans teams, so I do feel like the Texans actually might be 1 or 2 big upgrades away from being a very, very popular team in Madden this year. I'm not going to lie, but yeah, they have one of the best QBs in the game, obviously Deshaun Watson. You have Arian Foster. The receiving core, they got Will Fuller and Brandon Cook, so I do think that people might end up switching because their receiving core is actually not bad, and also, obviously, a DeAndre Hopkins upgrade is definitely due at some point. So you have a running back, you have the good future at receiver, stuff like that, so I do like that for them. Up front, they're solid, definitely better than the Chargers were. At tight end, not much is going to happen there. But on defense, you have Justin Reed, Tyrann Mathieu. Ed Reed will end up getting a UL at some point. You have Glover or Glover Quinn, however you say his name. But at corner, they are not solid. You got friggin' Hargraves, Kareem Jackson, AJ Boyd. That's why I'm saying they're like 1 or 2 upgrades away from being a very popular theme team. Just like the Chargers. But I do still like the Chargers more because I feel like the Chargers have potential. I mean, if you switch to the Texans now, what you're kind of getting is what you're kind of stuck with. With the Chargers, they are due for a lot of upgrades and also are very solid and debatably better, on the defensive side of the ball. That's why I like the Chargers more than the Texans. So, I mean, the Texans and the Chargers are 2 teams I'd kind of watch out for. And also, you guys see it right here. I mean, if you use your power of pass on this theme team, it's a pretty affordable theme team, I mean, for a lot of people. So, I mean, don't be surprised if the Texans start becoming a whole lot more popular. So, where the Texans going, I'm going to put them right behind the Chargers. I do like the Chargers just a little bit more because of those safeties and those corners. But just know, I mean, if you do end up getting 1 or 2 more Texans upgrades, they could easily shoot up to like A, B tier in that range. So, I do like the Texans' future a whole lot, and they're also pretty solid right now, mainly because, of Deshaun Watson and Arian Foster. All right, so next up, we have the Eagles theme team, and not only is this team really solid right now, they also have a pretty good future ahead of them, honestly, as far as, guaranteed upgrades go. On the left side of the line, I'm not going to lie, I'd probably, throw a few cheats over there. I mean, you have a 76 out there at left guard. Please do not do that to yourself. But, Kelsey, Brooks, Lane Johnson, pretty solid. You got Ertz, who for some reason always plays over his overall. And on a theme team, the card's only going to play better. If we head down here at receiver, I do think that Harold Carmichael will probably end up getting an upgrade. I doubt that they really waste his rights and only give him 1 upgrade this year. So I definitely expect a Carmichael upgrade. I think Miles Sanders will end up being the team MVP upgrade. And we got Randall Cunningham here, who I guess if you are rocking with Vic and you're enjoying Vic, I guess you could, stick with him and go get the Randall Cunningham halfback. But I think Randall Cunningham is probably the best bet at QB. And also keep in mind that Donovan McNabb is a card that a lot of people are actually forgetting about for not only Washington, also the Eagles as well. He's going to get an upgrade at some point. Improviser has really good speed already. Improviser, going to get gunslinger, all that good stuff. So I'd expect, Donovan McNabb to be that guy whenever that guy does end up getting an upgrade. And I know people kind of forgot about that card, but I'm telling you, he's due and that card's going to be amazing. But at receiver, I'm not going to lie, they're not that good. I mean, like I said, Carmichael will probably end up getting an upgrade. Maybe Fitteran does too. And hopefully the Eagles do draft a wide receiver and then he would get like a draft card or something like that. So the receivers, I mean, they're definitely like 1 or 2 oddball upgrades away from being elite at receiver. But offensively, they're amazing. But the defense is where I love this team. You got 98 Brian Dawkins, Malcolm Jenkins, who's actually a really good sub linebacker. I probably wouldn't play him as like that over the top guy, but as a sub linebacker and a user, Malcolm's actually pretty good on the theme team. I'm not gonna lie. But in the middle here, you have Javon Curse off the edge, who I think is actually he's actually a is he an outside linebacker or an end? I don't remember, but he's definitely due for an upgrade. You have Jalen Mills, who's really solid right now. You have Jordan Poyer, who's obviously really good too. You have Nnamdi, Troy Vincent, and Asante Samuel. DRC, I mean, you guys just saw Crow's upgrade. DRC will get an Ultimate Legend or some kind of upgrade for sure. Eric Allen, who's one of the best corners in the game. You guys see him on a Raiders theme team probably every game. And up front, this team is ridiculous. You have Reggie White, William Perry, Fletcher Cox. I know Brandon Graham not the best, but that's going to be deadly. So I do really like this Philadelphia Eagles team. But yeah, where are they going, man? Where are the Eagles going? And are they A tier? And I know people are probably wondering why I have the Colts here, but I love the Colts potential. They have guys like Marvin Harrison, Reggie White. They already have T.Y. Guys like that. Edgerrin James will probably end up getting a UL too. So they have great potential. That's why I love the Colts so much. But where are the Eagles going? I think the Eagles are probably... I'd probably value the Eagles and the Dolphins at around the same. Just because... Actually, I like the Dolphins better. I'm going to switch that. I like the Dolphins more than the Eagles, but just know that, I mean, any of these teams at B tier, they're 1 or 2, like... kind of unpredictable upgrades away from being like A to S. So I'm gonna say, so this B tier is definitely a tier that I'd probably invest in now. And also, guys like the Pats, the Texans, and the Chargers too. Like they're 1 or 2 oddball upgrades away from being elite. So if you are a fan of any of these teams and we're thinking about switching, I'd probably do it now before they end up getting popular, because usually when a theme team starts to become popular, whatever cards that team gets are just super expensive. So I'd probably start investing now on one of these B tier to C tier teams. But I love the Eagles, definitely a high B tier team for sure. All right, so next up we have one of the most popular theme teams in the game, and I feel like a lot of people don't really realize how good this theme team's gonna end up being. But right now they're actually really good up front. You have Jake Matthews, who's definitely serviceable, but you got Bill Fralick, Alex Mack, who's going to get another upgrade for sure. Chris Lindstrom, rising star. Lincoln Kennedy. So pretty solid up front, definitely serviceable. You have Tony Gonzalez, obviously an absolute monster. You have Vic, who actually does get benefits from being on a theme team. You have Warwick Dunn, Calvin Ridley already, and I know they have Devin Hester and Brian Finner, which is cool and all, but Julio Jones and Roddy White will both 100% get upgrades at some point. When they do, their receiving core is going to be Julio, Calvin, and Roddy White. And by the way, Roddy and Julio, both really good archetypes, by the way. So they're going to have a really, really solid receiving core to end the year without question. But this offense is amazing. And honestly, the main reason why they are so popular, I feel like a lot of people did go to Falcons when, Mike Vick did get his upgrade. Because we kind of got Mike Vick and, Calvin Ridley. They were looking really strong. They've kind of gone dry a little bit since, but Julio and Roddy White will 100% get an upgrade. I can guarantee that they both get upgrades. But on defense, at safety, they're not that good. That's really the only major hole on this team, I'm not going to lie. So I'd probably pair them with a team, or I'd cheat at safety, because at safety, they're absolutely terrible. But in the middle, you have Keanu O'Neal out of position. You have fully sided Louis Kahn, who's actually really good. Cornelius Bennett. But at corner, you have Dion, A.J. Terrell, Asante Samuel. Up front, you have great pass rushers. That's Dwight Freeney, who will probably end up getting an upgrade. Grady Jarrett and John Abraham. So, and also O.C. Minora will probably get an upgrade too. So yeah, this team's defense, as far as corners and up front go, are really nice. One of the best offensive theme teams, not only right now but in the future as well. At safety is really the only hole. So I do love this Falcons team. Based off potential and what they are right now. So where are the Falcons going? I mean, surprise to no one. If you've ever played a Falcons team, you know how hard they are to stop. So I'm putting the Falcons right up here at S tier, right after the Niners. I do still like the Niners, because not only are they really good right now, they also have great potential. So that's why I love the Niners. And I mean, they're definitely better than the Bucs. I feel like the Bucs definitely don't have the best potential, but the Falcons are not only really good right now, like I said over and over again, their potential is literally just insane. All right, so next up we have the theme team that I'll probably end up switching to over the next couple weeks, and that is the Jets theme team. So up front, we have the Brickashaw Ferguson, Kevin Mawai, always one of the best offensive linemen in the game every single year. Mekhi Becton will probably end up getting an upgrade at some point. At tight end, I'd probably cheat, but Herndon and Kyle Brady. And at receiver, I'm not going to lie, if they did not have Santana Moss, this team would just be down terrible. I mean, Santana Moss, one of the best wideouts in the game. Slot archetype, 99 excel, 99 speed, on a 25 out of 50. If you have a Washington team, or if you ever played against this guy on a Washington team, you know how well Santana Moss plays. This card is ridiculous, man. But yeah, Keyshawn Johnson, the card's terrible. Even his next upgrade, if he does even get one, is not going to be good. Chris Hogan, not good either. But Jamison Crowder could be the team MVP, and he's also a slot archetype, also has really good speed. A great budget card. This card is right here. So Jamison Crowder's next upgrade on a Jets theme team is going to be solid. Also, Robbie Anderson. They gave this guy a power-up, but they haven't touched him since. So Robbie Anderson could also get a pretty good upgrade at some point with good speed, good size as well on him. But at halfbacks, where I love this team, and just like the Chargers team, they have LaDainian Tomlinson. Whenever LaDainian Tomlinson doesn't get that next upgrade, I know I already said it, but he's going to be one of the best running backs in the game. Also, Le'Veon Bell could end up getting a pretty good upgrade. I mean, this card was solid when it first came out. But yeah, LT is going to get an upgrade inevitably and going to be one of the best running backs in the game. And also, for now, you have Joe Namath and also Mike Vick. I mean, you can kind of pick your play style, but Brett Favre will come out at some point and will get Jets chems. That's all I'm going to say. So Brett Favre's next card will probably end up being one of the best QBs, has the money release. And actually, having him on a theme team could help out that speed a little bit. So Favre's going to be a major dub for this theme team. And on defense, if you did, follow the Jets theme team at all, they were one of the best theme teams in the game because of guys like Ronnie Lott, Ed Reed. They had really good corners at the time, like Revis, Crow, but they have kind of gone dry. So I think they're already going to be on the come up. I mean, we already saw a Crow card come out. So whenever, Darrelle Revis gets that upgrade, you can always cheat with like a guy like Dion on this team. But Crow, Revis, Deion Sanders all on one theme team's going to be nasty. Up front, they got John Abraham, Sean Ellis, Sheldon Richardson. They got Floranzu Fulukowski, Neville Hewitt, Demario Davis, Mo Lewis. Already have Jamal, and like I said, Ronnie Lott, Steve Atwater, and Ed Reed are all going to get upgrades. This theme team's going to end the year as one of the best. I can guarantee it. Right now, where are they? I don't know where they're going to be right now. I mean, they're definitely solid right now. I just would want to see, like, we don't really have a guaranteed receiver upgrade. They could easily just not touch Robbie Anderson or easily just not touch Jamison Crowder. And if they do that, it's definitely very concerning for this team. But on defense, as far as DBs go, they're like, 4 or 5 basically guaranteed upgrades that we still have for this team. So And also, yeah, they have Jamal Adams, one of the best safeties in the game right now as well. So where are the Jets going? I'm going to put the Jets. I think they're definitely, I'm going to put them just based off potential alone. They got to be B tier. I mean, right now, as far as what they are right now, they're probably like low C, but their potential is just so good that they basically have to be a high B to low A tier team, in my opinion. They are very solid, and you know, there are just so many upgrades that are still to come for this team. All right, so next up we have the Packers theme team, and I'm not sure how this team managed to stay so good and get so many good upgrades without even making the Super Bowl. So we have the Packers up front. You got Bakhtiari, Elton, you got Corey Linsley, Jari Evans, who will get an Ultimate Legend or some kind of upgrade 100%. You got Bulaga, Jermichael Finley. Jimmy Graham will probably get an upgrade. Hopefully, you know, Jerry Cook does get a power up because he has that limited time card. But you have Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, who are probably going to end the year being the 1 and 2 best QBs in MUT. Unless golden tickets come out and they're glitchy. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, basically guaranteed to be the 1 and 2 or, you know, 2 and 1 to end the year. So yeah, you have that for the Packers. You have Mark Lane already. You have MBS Lazard, and also Devontae Adams will get an upgrade. And like I said, for the Dolphins, probably Greg Jennings will too. So great potential there. Aaron Jones will probably get a free agent card. So yeah, great potential on the Packers offense, and somehow they managed to stay so good even without getting any kind of Super Bowl content. But yeah, on defense, Micah Hyde will get an upgrade. Adrian Amos already has that upgrade. The card's already amazing. At corner, you've Jair Alexander, Charles Woodson. I'd probably cheat with like Dion or another corner there. But the reason why the Packers are so good is because unlike most teams, you don't have to cheat up front. So you can use those cheats on cornerback or at safety. That's probably what I would do with this team if you do run them 50-50. That's why I love this team so much. So I know that like Micah Hyde might not be that crazy to you, but you can cheat here. You can cheat here because of how good this O-line is, and you got to realize that. And also great potential. And the quarterbacks are nasty. Up front, they're good. They got Reggie White, Kenny Clark, Julius, who will also get an upgrade as well. Za'Darius will probably get one too. You know, there are so many good upgrades for this team. So where are the Packers going? This one's kind of obvious. The Packers definitely S tier, and I do like the Packers theme team more than I like the Bucks. I would probably say that the Packers theme team is probably better than them right now, and also has a better future than them as well. So I love that Packers theme team. Definitely an S tier roster without question. And finally, last but not least, we have the Ravens theme team. And this theme team, just imagine the Packers theme team and put them on steroids. This team is so good. They have Jensen, Ronnie Stanley, Matt Burke, Marshall Yanda, Jonathan Ogden. So literally no cheats on this O-line. Like you do not even have to cheat. Like they're so good up front. You have Darren Waller, Steve Smith, Marquise Brown. I mean, their wide receivers, I'm not gonna lie, not that good. I definitely cheat here, but I mean, they have Steve Smith. At running back, you have Raheem, Ricky Williams, so pretty good at running back right here. And I know Randall Cunningham has been getting some pretty bad reviews, but whenever Lamar Jackson does get his next upgrade, he's gonna be, dude, I don't even know what I'm gonna have to say about this card. He's gonna be fast. Already has a really good release. Gonna have gunslinger, probably hot route as well. Lamar Jackson's probably gonna be a much better version of Deshaun Watson, which is kind of hard to think about, but he probably will end up being that. Yeah, you have Lamar Jackson, a great fullback in Ricard. Yeah, I'd probably say receiver is the one major hole on this team, but you have Darren Waller, so I'd just probably cheat on receiver. I mean, you can cheat on receiver because your O-line, you're literally not cheating a single time. So you have so many cheats on this team as well. As you guys can see, also, I mean, really not that expensive either with 960K. I know this is not always accurate, but you know what I'm trying to say. And obviously the overall looks pretty solid too. And if we head down here, Ray Lou will get an upgrade. But this defense, man, I mean, you got Adalius Thomas, Eric Weddle, Ed Reed, who will get an upgrade. CJ Mosley, Judon, Michael Pierce, Yannick, Calais Campbell, Rod, Marcus, Dion, and also Marlon Humphrey will get an upgrade as well. So not only is this team one of the best theme teams right now, they also have so many upgrades that they're simply still due for. You know what I mean? This team is just so good. So where are the Ravens going? And this one might be a little bit controversial, but yeah, they are definitely S tier. Where are they S tier? I'm putting them right here, man. I think that, yeah, I'm happy with saying this. The top 4 theme teams in the game right now are Washington, Raiders, San Francisco, Baltimore. That's my top 4 in that order. I'm pretty happy with that. I feel like the Ravens and the Niners could be pretty interchangeable, as well as, you know, these two teams, but I'm pretty happy with how today's list turned out. That's going to do it. Obviously, that is the last team. All the NFL teams here on today's list. As always, if you have any comments about today's list, feel free to drop them down below. And actually, I do have a poll up right now. It's been up for around probably almost 2 hours, so let's check up on that poll. I basically asked you guys, who is the best team in your opinion? And there's 1,300 votes so far. And we have 20% Raiders, 39 Washington, 10% Ravens, and 31% other. And it seems like the other is mainly just 49ers, the occasional, Falcons. But yeah, that is the poll right now. I'll probably pop it up on the screen right now. If you want to vote on it, just go to the community tab on the channel and make your voice heard. But it's looking like Washington's probably going to win this thing. So, yeah, go make your voice heard. And if you are still watching, let's comment. What's an emoji we haven't commented in a while? Let's comment the porcupine emoji. Let's comment the porcupine or hedgehog emoji for a chance to be shouted out in the next video. And if you are new here, hit that subscribe button for notifications. We post daily Madden 21 content. And as always, I will see you boys in the next one.